It feels like today has been a long time coming. Like when the game was announced, and by the game I mean Harry Potter Wizards Unite, it was November 2017, and here it is, Thursday, June 20th, 2019. Even though they said the game was going to release on the 21st in the US and the UK, no, there was a plot twist. Thursday, June 20th. I don't even know what time it was. It was like, I want to say it was like 6 a.m. Pacific Coast time, which is where I am. To everybody new to the channel, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy this little journey. Who knows how long it's gonna last. It's a game that's been touted as being a decades-long game. So what we're gonna do in today's video is just kind of go over some of the basics. And I'm gonna do it as best as I can. Now remember, I'm not in New Zealand, I'm not in Australia. This game is new to me. Yes, I did get to experience a little bit of gameplay beforehand, but like it was only a couple of hours, so I am by no means an expert, yet I am the self-proclaimed team captain of Hufflepuff. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is this video right here. Like, this is going to be the bare bones basics. This game is layers and layers and layers deep. We're not going to get all of that. And when you turn on this game for the first time, if you feel overwhelmed, it's okay. I felt completely overwhelmed the first time I turned the game on as well. What we're looking at here, spinning around, these are traces of magic. A common, we'll just call them common, a low threat. How about, that's even better. A low threat are these four that have nothing extending above them. Now, the one here that it looks different from the rest, this one is a little bit more severe. So this is a self-playing harp, and it's caught up in a whirlwind. So the foundable is the self-playing harp. The confoundable is what is keeping it out of its place in time in the wizarding world. So the whirlwind makes sense. So what you're gonna do is, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is, you'll notice down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, just so you guys know, I'm terrible with left and right. So I will more than likely mess it up more times than you can ever count. But on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a little lightning bolt. That is your spell energy. You have to have spell energy in order to cast spells. What you're looking at here in the middle, this is the spell that you have to trace in order to potentially separate the foundable from the confoundable. And then on the bottom right over here are your potions. So if you are going up against an extremely formidable foe, you're going to want to be able to, you're going to want to use a different type of potion in order to improve your odds of breaking the spell. So if we look at these real quick, I have 3 available. I'm not sure, I think only 2 are available, and then you'll have to brew some. We're going to get into all the details. Don't ask too many questions. We're glancing over the book on a read through. How about that? So we have this I can't even pronounce this, Extimilo potion. We have a strong one, and then we have a potent one. So 3 different levels of potions there. You just tap away if you don't actually want to use one of the potions. Up at the top, you'll see on the, what is that, the left-hand side, you can flee if you touch your little witch or wizard up there. That is how you flee from the encounter. The green bar across the middle, now that's going to change color with the severity of whatever your confoundable is that's holding the foundable, and then you can turn the AR mode on, the AR mode off. I'm going to do an entire video on AR mode. I believe when the game first launches, everything is AR, and then you're going to want to go into your settings and change that out of AR. A for battery life, and B, just so you get the hang of the game, because it's going to be kind of complicated right off the bat. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to trace this glyph. Now you see I did not trace that very well, and you see the little red mark? That is the glyph point that I missed. So I'm going to try this again, and you want to go speed and accuracy. So there we go, I messed that one up again, this time at a different spot. So I did it. I had a great spellcast, but it still resisted me. Now, since this one is a little bit stronger than your low level threat, I'm actually going to drop my like least potent potion and I'm going to use. So this is going to be used for 3 attempts cast in this encounter. It doesn't carry over. So I'm going to use that. And then we're gonna go again, and doing this with my arms resting on my legs doesn't really work here. Speed and accuracy is what you're looking for here. I believe speed is more important than accuracy, but don't quote me on that just yet. It could have changed. I'll be totally honest. From when the game was launched beta, I was in on everything, but then like I didn't know when the game was coming, and I started getting discouraged, and so I quit watching spoilers. And so a lot of things have changed. Some things may have changed. Ooh, that was a masterful. That is my very first masterful spell cast ever. Let's see if it worked. No, it still resisted me. And now my potion is gone. So I'm going to drop a higher level potion here. Let's see. Great, okay. Medillo Jinx Recanto. There we go. And that is going to be a successful spell cast right there. So what's going to happen is, it's going back to its normal place and time in the wizarding world. And here's what's going to happen is, the self-playing heart, I have 1 fragment. So you see it's 1 of 4. It moves quickly. Wonders of the Wizarding World. Like, a lot of this goes quickly, but it's okay. None of it is like uber important at the moment. You get points for first encounter. You get points for your spell. You get points for if you get it successful on the first try. And that's XP, not points, but XP. So that is that. And boom, we come back out here. All of these things have different meanings. There are, I think it's 9 different registry items. Maybe it's 10. We'll double check in a second. 9 or 10 registry items. This other object that has just spawned here on the ground, this is an item that you can pick up, and that is an ingredient for potions, which we will get into as well. These little houses, the little houses with the blue roofs, those are inns. That's how you refill your spell energy. The little green White House, like if you're in the US, it looks like the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue. Those are greenhouses. That's how you make potions that you're going to use. And these bigger items, the bigger buildings, those are fortresses. Those are where the battles are going to go down. Now, what happened to our singing harp? Well, our singing harp is, if you go in here, what I did is I just tapped on my little suitcase here in the middle, and then you're going to go to your registry. For your registry, you can see at the top, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 registry items. The last one that I had was Wizards of the Wandering World. That was my singing harp. You can see I leveled up to rank 3. So I'm going to get some scrolls. I'm going to get a rune stone. You need rune stones to battle fortresses. We'll get into all that. You can see how deep this goes. Like, things layer on top of other layers, and it just, everything builds on each other. There's so many things to layer up. Scrolls you're going to use for your profession. We'll get into that. But you can see now that my harp here, I'm at 1 of 4. I've seen one, I've caught one, I've returned one, how about that, to be more accurate. And also in this registry, you can see that this little toy box here says 1 of 1, and my sticker is complete. What is going to happen is, after you free all these foundables and the number of fragments, so I just need 1 of all of these, then it's going to be, then that page will fill, and then you can prestige it up, and then you're going to get more XP. It's very, you can see it's very complicated, right? You're going to have to be cerebral a little bit on this. I actually have a couple of more. Was this the Ministry of Magic? I'm now rank 2 for something that I returned earlier, and you can just tap the screen if you don't want to go through the entire animations. Another rune stone. No stickers to place there. And then finally, if I go over here to, what is this, Care of Magical Creatures, I have the baby hippogriff is ready to be placed. Now, it only needed 1 fragment. I have 1 fragment, so that is now placed. You can see I already have, what is this, the small fox, I believe. Whoops. Oh, the Kneasel. So I already have the Kneasel, the baby hippogriff. Very sensitive screen. and I have the acromantula egg, I believe. Yeah, acromantula egg. So I'm just missing, was that the Monster Book of Monsters, and I'm not sure what the other, that I only need 1 fragment, and then the pumpkin patch will be cleared. So there we go. That is your quick little brief go over of things. So here, what do we have? An alert. A storm confoundable has trapped a was that a Bogod? A Borgod? And this one did not have the stream of light above it. So this one should be rather easy. And it was. So another successful foundable return. Again, you're gonna go through this whole thing. It's a Bogod. 1 fragment, 1 of 4, Ministry of Magic, which is the registry that it goes to. First time collected bonus, first spell cast, successful, good cast, XP bonuses, and a mystery item, a wedding announcement. Now here's the thing, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, this game has a storyline to it. I'm gonna place my image real quick, and I'm not gonna get into it. So that's under your mysteries. And I'm not gonna get into that right now because this game has a storyline to it. And within the story, I don't really know how I wanna tackle this as far as giving away spoilers, because I want people to progress through the story in their own time and in their own way. So I'm gonna have to think as a content creator, how do I wanna handle the progression of this story? Because it's the London 5, and I think it's a great story. It's a very unique aspect to what is going on here. So what I've got is, I've got another little, a newt spleen. We can talk about this. If you go down into your suitcase again, and then look at potions, you will see you can brew potions. So what I'm gonna do is, you have a brew now, and then you also have spots that are like in waiting, in the queue. So if you go to brew now, it'll tell you, holy cow, that just got really loud. But it'll tell you what you are able to brew. You can see that I can do this Extillimo potion and the healing potions. Healing potions are very useful, but I already have 8. And then the other one, I only have 4. And as you progress further along in the game, you will be able to unlock them at level 8, at level 9, 10, 13, and 15 are the only options I currently have. It will also tell you what you are missing. Now, not all potion ingredients are created equal. Some are more rare than others. And as we progress more, and as I progress more, I will be sure and tell you guys which ones to go for. But just for now, I'm going to start up with this one. And then you can tap on the little info button and it'll tell you what they're good for. This one is the healing potion, and there are master notes. We'll get into those. Those are ways that you can speed up your brewing. And I think I'm going to I'm just gonna do a couple of those and call it a day on that. And then we have port keys. There's a port key off to the side here, a port key manteau. There's so much to get into. So port key manteaus, what you're gonna do for these, you're gonna go over to the port keys, and as you can see, I have a full storage. I need to walk these things off. And these are where you get the amazing AR 3-dimensional, like you walk into the actual scene. I've got some of these cooking. I have a key. I think it's best, your gold key, you get for 24, you get unlimited uses on those. The silver keys, you get a one-time use. I'm gonna use my silver key on this 10K. Since it's one-time use, it's the best use of it. And like things are just popping up everywhere. This is such an incredible spot to play this game. One of many spots that I will be playing this game. So when you walk into the inn, let me pick up this ingredient, the honey water real quick. But when you go to the inn, you just tap on it, you trace the spell, and then you're going to randomly be given, pumpkin juice, which gave me 2 spell energies. And then you do have a 5-minute cooldown before you can encounter that one again. You'll know that you are within range when they go from big to small. Again, looks like 3 pumpkin juice, 2 turkey dinners. Looks like a turkey dinner, and that one was what, 5? That's that, the white smoke coming off of the top of the ends. That means that it is in the cooldown. Let's go check out a greenhouse. Let's go check out a fortress. God, this feels like a lot of information. One other thing that I want to touch on is if you go to your suitcase, this is kind of where you manage everything. So you have your vault, and within your vault you can see you have potions, ingredients, utility, your rune stones, and then your seeds and water, which go for greenhouses. We'll talk about those later. You also have where you can choose your profession. You have the potions where you brew them up. You have your registry that we already talked about. As I'm leveling up my Care of Magic creatures here. And my battery is getting low. Now, just so you know, I did not start off with a full battery today, and I've been playing for a couple of hours. So just to kind of give you a clue. And then you can also check out your port keys. We're making pretty good progress on those. So those will come in another video as well. And the last thing that I want to touch on in this first chapter of Harry Potter Wizards Unite is battling fortresses. You do need rune stones in order to battle a fortress. And the reason why I'm just going to touch on this is because I just don't know a whole lot about them, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna be truthful with you guys. I just don't know the ins and outs of what it is. But it is a different type of battling. So if you see at the top, these are all like points of interest. So at the very top, you can see that this is the Jared H. Perkins Memorial Bench. I believe if you hit info up here at the top, it'll show you what it is, if you care to know. Wizarding challenges are what fortresses are called. Wizarding challenges are where the rarest, most valuable foundables have been placed by the Calamity. In order to return them, you have to engage in combats against dangerous foes and fearsome adversaries. These are what you battle with a group. If you saw the video, and I will put a link to it here, if you saw the video from the pre-launch event, Nick at Wizarding News, maybe, no, Wizard Tube, maybe, I can't remember. It's Nick. I will put his channel down in the description below. And Expecto Go, we took on a fortress, so make sure you watch that. It's pretty comical. But the way that you battle is you go into whichever chamber you want. I'm just going to go into Runes Chamber 1 for this particular battle, and I'm going to do a runestone, let's see, a level 1 dark arts. I haven't picked the profession, so I'm not going to be better or exceptionally weak against any of these. We will do another video with those, but I've done a lot of Care Magical creatures here in this particular park. I almost feel like parks, like Traces of Magic, have, I don't want to call them nests, but for now I'll call them nests, because I've seen predominantly the traces of, what is it, the magical creatures. Yeah, the Care of Magical creatures. I'm gonna go with a runestone level 1 because I have 6 of these. It's going to give me 5 seconds in order to let your friends join in with you, and I have to defeat 2 foes in order to win. The first foe that I have here is the common Urkling, and then these little bottom, you can choose to put, since I don't have my profession, this is where you will, and we will go into more detail, but this is where you will put things in order to make your life easier. How about if we just put it that way? So here I go. I'm going to start this, and then I'm actually going to do AR. So I will, even though it's more difficult in AR, oh, it doesn't give me the option anymore. You have to choose AR beforehand. I apologize for that. So and I'm taking damage. So I better pay attention here. What you're going to do is when you see this, you defend yourself. So you cast Defendo, but then you're going to pull down on your screen to line up your spell casting. It's going to be high off the screen, and it's very difficult if you don't understand what is going on here to mess this up. It took me a while to figure it out, but you really have to kind of pull down on your screen a little bit in order to get that to come down to the level of the creature that you're battling. And then you're going to cast a spell, and then you're going to defend yourself, and you're going to keep repeating this process until you defeat. Now you only have 5 minutes to take out the entire tower, so you kind of want to be quick about it. And even as a new player, you should be able to take out a level 1 fortress with a level 1 runestone rather easily. So here we go. I'm going to start the encounter. I missed it, but you saw the option to do the AR down there at the bottom. Let's see, AR on, start, and then I've got to find, and this is taking a really long time. I don't see, oh, there. Okay, so now whenever you find them, you have to align the stars. That was pretty bad because it went by really quick and I'm off my screen here. But you have to find it, align the stars, then tap on it to engage. But then once you do that, it's basically the same as a regular encounter. So I'm taking on the common dark wizard. Make sure whenever you line up your circles, make sure you hold it there the entire time until it fills up. If it doesn't, you'll have to stop casting your spell and you will have to use defendo. Success. That was really bad on my part and it was still pretty easy in order to take these out. So you get victory. I got Hogwarts, a history book. I got 4 fragments of 4 needed. Challenges, rank. I'm getting XP for that. Rank level 2. Runes chamber, 1 bonus. So you're gonna get bonuses depending on which runes you use. These are what you're eventually gonna wanna team up with and do battles with your friends. They're going to have to be pretty much standing beside you, and this is where professions will come into hand, because professions are going to be different professions. There's 3 of them. Different professions are going to be better against the different types of foes, so you're really going to want to team up when it comes to that. You will see this little glow around the fortress. That means that it is either currently being engaged or has just recently been battled. And I'm going to collect this 1 other item and then 1 more foundable. And we've done this one. I'm pretty sure we've done this one on camera already, the Neasel. So again, this one's going to be really simple. And one thing that I did discover while doing a circle around the park is when you trace your spell here, depending on how quick and how accurate you are, the shadow or the trace left behind by your finger will actually change color. So if you're way off, and I'll just do one really bad. You see how that's orangish red and that was terrible? But then if you do it a little bit better, that one was still pretty terrible. The better you do it, the greener it gets. The greener it gets, the more chances you have at success. And they can flee. Anyways, I hope you guys go out and test this. You can download the game in the Galaxy Play Store, the Google Apps Play Store, or the iOS App Store. It's a fun game. I'm really enjoying it. There's so much to be discovered. This is not a game of you're just going to be tracing a spell ad nauseum at all. There are stories. There are different things to discover. You have to do potions. Like, there's a lot. And way more than I can even touch on everything. Like, we will get there. I promise. I hope you guys hit me up on Discord. There's a link in the description below. You can join the Discord. You can join the WooTuber Discord. Again, link in the description below. Man, this is day 1 of a lot of days. So hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time.